Hey, I just need to clean up the stack, and then we'll get started here with this stream. So give me a minute, and we'll get this party rolling. Hope everybody's having a great night tonight. We're listening to, what was the name of this album? Hold on, I've lost the folder. There it is. This is royalty-free music I have the rights to. This is Once Upon a Nightmare is the name of the album. This song that was just playing is called Demon's Cage. And now, Creepy Doll is starting. Kind of creepy, huh? That music's definitely creepy. Let me get that stream starting soon off the screen, because I think we have officially begun. That's right, the begin has begun. Now, I did go to both comic book stores today, Graham Crackers and Westfield, and I got receipts from both of them. My Graham Cracker receipt. Whoo! Boy. Man, that Dune book in the stack, we'll take a look at that later. That Dune book is expensive, bro. Expensive. Let's see, let me put these receipts where they're supposed to go in my receipt stack. Whew. You can hear all the paper fluttering, I'm sure. Especially because this music is like really lame compared to what was playing originally. Like, it's just kind of like ambiently spooky as opposed to being like, oh yeah, this is actual music. A little bit of a letdown. Yeah, that Dune book kind of expensive. That Dune book was $8. But like, I got ripped off there, especially because I bought it twice. I'm thinking about doing a like giveaway or something. I don't know how to do that, but I got all these books and stuff. And since the Dune movie is coming out, like that seems like a no-brainer right there, you know? Like, hey, yeah, let me give that out. Hey, it's a Dark Admiral March here. Welcome to the stream. Dark Admiral March here. We were just getting started with the party. So you are certainly and entirely welcome. Stay a while and listen. Sorry, I'm trying to arrange my desk here because everything's kind of a mess once again. Like, I do a little work, I clean stuff up a little bit, and then the next time I turn around, it's all a mess all over again. Okay. There we go. You know, seen the ad for that, like, I've like, as soon as I saw like that first trailer with the F Batman, like, I've been totally uninterested in Titans. I think I saw they were like putting it on TNT or something now. Pretty sure I saw like an advertisement for that while watching AEW. See, March here, glad I made it. I think I missed the last one. You know what? I don't remember, but regardless, you're here now. And that is what matters. So, go to Graham Cracker Comics on a Wednesday, and you get 3 free books out of what used to be the 50-cent bin, but is now the 75-cent bin. That's a really awkward amount of money. Like, who carries 3 quarters around? You know, as opposed to $1 or 50 cents. Like, I don't know. That just seems like an odd amount of money to carry to buy comic books. But I guess people buy all their stuff with credit cards these days. I know I do. So I get 3 free books. So I got 3 books here. So check it out, man. I've been like grabbing random issues of this thing out of the bin. And here's the number 1. So that's pretty cool. And then I've also been grabbing the random issues of Justice League Quarterly. And here's 2 more of them to add to the collection. Like, pretty soon, if I keep going, I'm going to have like the complete run of both of these books just out of the 50-cent bin. That seems a little nuts to me. I think I might adjust the angle of this ever so slightly. Point the camera down a notch. See how that looks on the frame. Oh, no, that's no good. We definitely got to flip it back up a little bit. There we go. We'll flip through these in just a second. That is an odd amount. See? I knew I'm not the only one who thought that. If you haven't been hanging out on YouTube, you might not have noticed that I am starting to produce some of those stupid YouTube short things. Like, I don't know, it just seems like an opportunity to, like, complain on YouTube. Like, do you understand what I mean? Like, I can just be weird and be like, here's my stupid video. So, like, one just went up, like, right before this. Or at least I thought one did. I know I did the clicks on my phone for it. Complain about Final Fantasy. Yeah, there it is. Square wants to sell you the same old thing again for a bunch of bucks. These are kind of weird videos because they're short, they're like TikToks, and I don't understand the purpose of TikTok, so I don't get it, but I am just kind of like clicking around and making these things. Let me, can I like pull one up here on, oh, good. Yeah, it's muted. So, like, let me show the right monitor here. It's like they're like portrait format and stuff. And this one was just like, man, I cracked open Steam because I booted my computer up, and it was like Final Fantasy 1 through 6 bundle. I'm like, oh man, I can go get those, like, because there's like old versions of these things out there. You know, they made like remakes like 10 years ago for all these things. And I'm like, oh, I bet I can get like the whole set for like $10 or something. I clicked in and it was like $75. And I'm like, what? I've played all these games before. Multiple times. In the case of Final Fantasy VI, like a mojillion times. But anyway, you can just like, let me unmute this.
Cool on the front page, right? And then I see the price. $75. These games are ancient. What on earth?
Yeah, so that's my final thought. Like, so I don't know, like, exactly what the purpose of the YouTube short thing is, but I think I'm going to have a good, like, funny time doing those. Just kind of being obnoxious, like, oh, I can make a 15-second video just going, what? And then people will click on it. It's like, I think the best way to put it, it's kind of like what YouTube was like 15 years ago when nobody knew what on earth we were doing on YouTube. Where it's just like, here's some weird, stupid thing that I, a human being, have created. And it's like 2 minutes long or whatever, and nobody cares, and you just click in, and it's just like, what am I looking at? And nobody, absolutely nobody knows what you're looking at. It's just a thing. And I kind of like it from that perspective, but I don't know what I'm doing with any of that stuff, if I'm even going to do anything with it. It does seem like it's the one way you can actually expose your channel to people who don't already know who you are. Because it goes to phones. Like TikToks. It's like, hey, here's this random thing. So, maybe... Ooh, I kind of like this piece. So maybe that's something I'll do more of. I don't know. It could be a really cool thing to do. I'm going to be at Bell County Comic-Con. So it could be like a fun thing to do there. Just like, here's like 15 seconds of Sergeant Slaughter standing there. Or something, you know? Like, that could be fun. Maybe I could become like the Sergeant Slaughter fan channel. Just like purely based on that. Anyway, we should look at these comic books. But first I'm going to get a drink. I mean, I've been, like, maneuvering my cup around, so I might as well take a drink of the dang thing. Oh, man, that's some good water. Anyway. Oh, your internet pooped out, March Hare? Sorry to hear that. I just rebooted my router right before hopping on to stream, because it was starting to act funny, like a funky monkey. Like a chunky funky monkey. I don't even know what that means. Alright, Just League Task Force number 1. It's not in great shape. It's like curved, and there's like a not quite a fold right there. Like it wants to fold, but it's not. So it's kind of beat up, but it was free. Oh, hold on. This is a wraparound cover. Let me crack this open. This looks kind of cool, actually. That's actually a pretty cool cover. So we got Nightwing, Aquaman, The Flash, Martian Manhunter, and her, which I'm not sure who that is. I think it's the Area Storm. Oh my gosh, dude, we had a gigantic, absolutely gigantic thunderstorm last night. Like it sounded like artillery was going off outside. So I hope your thunderstorm's not too bad. Hey, is there a card in here? Check it out. Official membership card. Oh man, identity. Elizibar. Alter ego. Elizibar. Base of operations. Elizibar Barrier. Powers and abilities. You can't handle it. Oh. Oh, that's a fun gimmick, man. As a... This probably came out in like 2001. Let's see, $1.25 in 2001. 1991. Let's see. The Tyranny Gun. I like the name. John looks pretty cool flying through right there in the front. And why are there teddy bears with guns? Nobody knows. 1993. So yeah, like 12 or 13-year-old me would have been like, dude, that's pretty cool. I would have ripped that card out, filled it out, and I'd be like, yes, I'm a member of the Justice League, and nobody can stop me. That's a cool cover, though. I like it. What's going on here? So we got a guy in like power armor flying around shooting tanks. You're forgetting who gave you them bloody toys. I made you toad. Where's your respect? I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to brag. Humph, that's better. A bloke's gotta know his place. Whatever. Alright, Justice League Quarterly. Number 13. So we got Captain Atom, and who's the lady? Hey, I know this guy's work. He did that really nice art for Vampirella Roses from the Dead, which was otherwise not a great book. That's pretty cool. This book is also, like you can definitely tell, we came out of the free stuff here. He has seen some life. That looks like a little water damage right there. Probably somebody set drink down on it or something. Yeah, see, there's like a little curve to it. I bet somebody set a drink down. That's condensation damage. But hey, it was free, and I don't really care about the quality that much. Oh, dude, the back. I had Mortal Kombat, and don't laugh. Don't you dare laugh. I had on the Game Gear. One of my friends had it on the Super Nintendo, so I got to experience the green blood punching firsthand. Mortal Kombat, earmarked to whip Street Fighter 2 into the pit, where has-beens fester. Ooh, who said that? GB Action, August 93. I don't think you can trust a Game Boy magazine. Have you ever seen the Injustice arcade game? No. No, March here, I have not. It gives out cards that you can scan to use the characters to battle. Me and my niece probably blew through $40 easy. Huh. Oh my gosh, March Hare, you win. You had the handheld. You win, man. Nobody can top you. You've lived through that. You're probably invincible at this point. Like, you can't experience pain anymore. Like, I'm pretty sure you're just straight up, like, immunized against any kind of pain, discomfort, embarrassment. But no, I've never seen that cabinet you speak of. That's a pretty nice panel on the left. Not just because the smooching and stuff, but like all the smoke and all that. Like, that looks really cool. That's an awesome segment. What happens on the previous page? Is that supposed to be Starfire? I have no idea who it's supposed to be. But it's a great little panel. The thing saved me on a lot of car rides. I bet. Man, I had my Game Boy later on. That was pretty cool. I will say this, man. Tetris on the Game Boy is one of the all-time greats. I have no idea what's going on in this book, but I like this dude in the bottom right here, man. This looks like, it reminds me of that one guy that works for the Daily Planet in Spider-Man. Or not Daily Planet, the Daily Bugle in Spider-Man. Not Jameson, but like the assistant editor. I don't remember his name. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting. Like, he's Jameson combined with that guy. And it's awesome. Superior play controlling graphics fighting game of the century. I wouldn't go that far. Like, Mortal Kombat was fun to play, but because you rip people's spines out and like burned them alive and stuff, the actual controls in Mortal Kombat were not so hot. Four all new adventures. Now, we've all seen adventures. What about conventures? You know, kind of the opposite. Also starring, nobody cares about Crimson Fox. Robbie Rob. Oh my gosh. How do you... Like, I remember a lot of comic book stuff, and then I run into people who know all the stuff, like, off the top of their head that I don't remember. How do you all do it? You're amazing. You're amazing people. But yeah, Crimson Fox, like, who cares? I think Booster Gold probably has more fans than Crimson Fox does. Ooh. I remember seeing that game on shelves, man. It was so cool looking. Oh my gosh. Hold on, let me go back. And then, down here, you see it? You see Phalanx? I know the camera's having a hard time focusing on it. It's kind of small, but... What did the banjo-playing dude have to do with what was otherwise like a supremely competent shooter? No one knows. That's not doing it for me. That just looks dumb. Skip ahead. Eh. Wait, why is Guy Gardner's power ring doing yellow? He's a Green Lantern. He looks like he's scheming something here. He looks like he's the villain. He's like, you know, I got some Quaaludes. Like, that's what he's looking like, man. Oh, there's Crimson Fox. Oh, is she fighting her sister who is also Crimson Fox? That must be it. Sister on sister combat. Why? No one knows. Must be Power Girl. Well, we must have just skipped right past that, because tomorrow belongs to... Cerulean? Geraldine? I have no idea. But hey, it's a Booster Gold story. Wow, it's Booster Gold! Ha! Reminds me of the Justice League Unlimited episode where that little kid's like, I thought you was Green Lantern. After getting his autograph. Womp womp. Dude, I got Mystic Quest at an after Christmas sale for $20. It had been like $40 like a week before. Like, I totally scored. I love this game, man. I had a great time playing Mystic Quest. I know a lot of people hate it, but I like it. JJ Second in Command? Yeah. Booster was kind of fun on the Geo anime. Yeah, the couple episodes he featured in, they used him well. They used him very well, man. He can't catch a break, down on his luck, no good Nick. Like, they definitely nailed what Booster Gold should be like in my mind, which I guess that makes sense because a lot of how I feel about Booster Gold was kind of based on the show. Like, if that makes sense. Like, it's definitely a circular kind of situation. I kind of don't want to open up Robin. So I got this book, and I'm looking forward to reading it, because I really liked issue 1, and issue 2 and 3 were pretty fun, and I don't want to open this up and spoil it, but of course we're going to open it up in just a second. Oh, you're not familiar with Final Fantasy Mystic Quest? It's a Final Fantasy game that is kind of dumbed down, and I don't think there are random battles. Like, all the battles are predetermined and stuff like that. But it's a lot of fun. Like, you just go exploring around. There's lots of fun situations. You swap in and out. Like, you mostly just play one character. Then, like, a guest character will swap in and out depending on what you're doing. There's a little being clever, like you have to use an axe to cut down trees to progress in a part or two. Stuff like that. And then, you have the cool final boss battle against the gigantic, like, evil demon lord dude. And it's just fun. It's no Final Fantasy VI, which I think is the problem, because a lot of people were like, oh man, Final Fantasy III is so great. Here's a new Final Fantasy game. And they didn't realize it wasn't really a Final Fantasy game in the same vein. It was like Final Fantasy game... Whoops. That's an introduction to Final Fantasy. Which song were we listening to before I accidentally fast-forwarded? This one? Yeah. It's like a Final Fantasy game that's an introduction to doing RPGs for people who don't know what that means. That's what Mystic Quest was. And I just kind of accepted it for what it was and just rolled with it. Alright, let's crack this open. I noticed the cover's got stippling because the paper stock is very heavily loaded with ink. I think it's called stippling. That's a thing to open up to. What brush are you using? Yeah, your portrait's covered in blood. So is this him dreaming or something? Yeah, that's him dreaming. So in the previous issue, Connor Hawk knocked him off of a ledge, and he washed up at Grandpa Ra's al Ghul's little shack on the Lazarus League Island or whatever. So yeah, he's definitely having a day. He's definitely having a day. We're not going to look at it anymore. The first 3 issues have been fun, and I'm hoping it keeps going. Let's straighten this up a little bit. As we listen to this horror movie soundtrack, what do we got? We got Barbaric, number 2, which is crowing on its cover. Highly recommended. I liked Spurrier's coda. I thought it was pretty good. Because it started out as a completely cynical take on the fantasy genre, and then it got optimistic at the end. I thought that was a good inversion of what people expected. That's a good inversion of people's expectations. So Barbaric is all about this main character dude over here with his axe, and the axe makes him do good things, and they just killed a bunch of whatevers in the previous issue. I don't even remember anymore, but I remember liking it. So, yep. And that's about when the abbot tried to have me burned. Oh, lovely! Yeah, so we got some devil summoning over here. It's just like a series of games from Atlas. Wow, I'm glad I didn't flip over to that page on camera. We'd have just been kicked off of YouTube. Oh, here, this kind of shows the axe off. Pretty cool. Because it's definitely a really cool axe, man. The axe steals the book. Every panel it's in. I'd flip through more, but we'll probably get in trouble if I keep doing it. Which brings us to Berserker. Could have just wrote Berserker, except that name's probably already taken. Oh, look! Mine has a roll, and I ain't even opened the book yet. Man, I swear. Let me curl it the other way for a second. That help? A little bit. Kind of a neat cover, I gotta give it that. Weird color scheme, that kind of olive gold green on that light blue gray background. Looks weird. And, okay, this is safe to show on YouTube. I just flipped it open to a scene of some combat carnage. So this book's not doing like what I thought it was going to, where we just see like this dude like rocking through the modern day. We're like getting all of his backstory and stuff, and that feels kind of weird. I guess there's plenty of time to tell like the story in the modern period, because isn't there like 3 softcover volumes or something? So probably like 12 issues at least in this series. Like when they crowdfunded it, wasn't there like 12 for Berserker? Because I know like that crowdfund raised like $250,000 for like a set of 3 soft covers or 1 hardcover or something like that. Holy moly! Dude! He just ripped that horse's head off. That's wild. Absolutely crazy. I dig it. I dig it. Hopefully the book lives up to that 1 page. Also, we got Sweet Paprika, which I have been looking forward to for, gosh, how long has Merca been teasing that on Twitter? Like 2 years now? Like all the way back to when I was buying Unnatural. So yeah, 2 years. Maybe a little bit more. I don't know. Oh god, Discord has introduced a new stupid feature. Say hello to threads. No. Your Discord was fine just as a chat room. Oh my god, I just clicked over Discord to see if I had any messages, and it just accosted me. It was like, hey bro, how would you like to learn about this new feature that you won't like? And I'm not sure where to open up in here. Oh, this looks safe enough. I love the way Merca's art looks. It's cute, it's fun, it's got style, life, energy. Her characters basically animate themselves off the page. Like, it just looks like it's going to come off the page and move around on its own. Her art's always like that. I wish Deep Beyond had been drawn by her instead of just written by her. Ooh, cannot show that page. Or that page. Or that page. Or that page. Okay. Well, I have reached the end of the book, which was an ad for Mercy. So, yeah. Hey, if you haven't read Mercy, Mercy is a pretty good story. You like her art, but the books don't look like your thing? Hey, that's how it goes. This should be like a romantic comedy, I believe, is what the style should be like. Which is pretty similar to, I almost said Sacro Profane, but that's the Italian title. Unsacred. Unsacred is like a romantic comedy. So I think this will be in the same vein. Unnatural is more of a young adult, coming of age kind of story. So definitely not the standard superhero fare. Although she's drawn she's drawn Catwoman for DC, right? Hey, oh my gosh. I'm going to have to do like one of those YouTube shorts for this, because this is great. Alright, so this is Shadow Man number 4, right? But I didn't know what the book was because it was face down. And it was an ad for Shadow Man, the game. So, you can buy the remastered version. I think it's on Steam. But, so this is like synergistic. This is what every comic book should be doing, by the way. If you have your comic book, it should have an ad for things relating to the comic book on the back cover. Like, that just makes sense. Somewhere inside, you know, if there were Shadow Man action figures, there should be, oh wow, that is a cool page I just flipped open to. I'm just going to put that there. Like, if there were Shadow Man action figures, there should be an ad for those in there. Like, all that kind of cross promotion is something that these companies need to do. They used to do it, and they used to do it pretty well. The movie should advertise the toys. The toys should advertise the comic books. The comic books should advertise the movies, the TV series, the cast album, if you do like X-Men the musical, like whatever schlock you're trying to sell. All these products should be constantly promoting each other. That way you tie people into your ecosystem of goods, and they go, oh man, I am living that X-Men lifestyle. I have X-Men breakfast cereal. I watch X-Men in the morning. I listen to X-Men on the way into work. I read X-Men. I come home. I have an X steak. And then I go to dinner in my X-Men jammies. Like, that's what they want to do, but they don't actually seem to do it. And I don't understand it. They want to get you in there, get that money, but they don't want to do the work of having each of the properties synergistically promote each other. I remember back in the 90s, I didn't buy the toys, but I remember seeing like McFarlane toys that had comic books packaged in with them. Some of the X-Men figures had comic books packaged in, like lots of cool stuff like that. Or the Pizza Hut thing where you could go in and get like an X-Men tape with your personal pan kid meal pizza. You know, like $2, you get this video cassette. Or they gave you like a little comic book, like that kind of stuff, man. All these companies need to do more of it. And this page, the more I look at it, the more I'm just like, I love everything I'm seeing here except for one thing. The fold. That broken color right there is killing me, bro. It's absolutely killing me. So I'm really actually super happy to see a comic book company going, yo, we have this product called Shadow Man. We have this other product made by somebody else, but we get some royalties from it called Shadow Man Remastered. It makes sense. Do this, comic book companies. So do I. I have my Pizza Hut tapes, I think, are down in my basement somewhere with all the other VHS tapes. Maybe. And I know I got the Pizza Hut comic books, man. It's too good. It's too good. You know, I don't know that I remember what happened in 17. They were like at the school or the like House of Slaughter or whatever, right? And we're like getting Erica's childhood. I'm just kind of flipping through here to make sure that... Yeah, it looks like that's basically what we got going on here. So, why are we doing this? I want like the further adventures of Erica Slaughter. I don't want like the previous adventures of her. But she is super cute. This panel in particular, with that red background and the one really large eye, that conveys like, oh, I don't know how to put it. Fear? Like, that's kind of like the emotion that pops up. Oh, look at this. Oh, man. Did they get footage of me before I shaved my beard off? They must have. Oh, no. They're using me as a model for this dude. How could they do that to me without paying me for my likeness? Whoa! Okay, I just flipped over. And I was about to flip past it. That's a pretty cool 2-page set. Very evocative. Great use of color and lighting. Whoa! I dig it. Let's look over here. Okay, nothing new in the chat. Also, I saw my viewer count kind of go whoop, 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 whoop. So if you're here hanging out with me and you weren't here hanging out with me a minute ago, thank you. Dune, Blood of the Sardaukar, #1. I actually have 2 of these. I bought one at each comic book store. I think I'm going to give one away to somebody, but I don't know how to do that. Because, you know, Dune's like popular and all that, right? So, maybe not that popular, but they got the movie coming out, so it seemed like kind of a fun gift to give somebody. Arrakis, desert planet. These are the voyages of the Starship Troopers. Wait, what? House Atreides. Oh, is this like the assault on House Atreides from the perspective of the Sardaukar? That's kind of crazy. Duncan, Idaho kicked some butt, man. I saw that movie. The Battle of Arrakeen. Yeah, I have no idea what to expect from this series. I thought I read that they were going to be doing the House Harkonnen book as a comic, but maybe that's after this one? I don't know. Dude looks pretty bad. So anyway, I'm looking forward to reading that. I really enjoyed the House Atreides miniseries, so hopefully this is pretty good. And last book, I guess I'll put the other Dune book over here. Last book I got, Sacred 6, issue 11. She looking pretty good on the cover, both of them. If this was a thumbnail on YouTube, it would get taken down. So I know from personal experience, YouTube really hates these things. I probably shouldn't show any of what's going on there. Oh, that's a cool cover. See, they almost get me. See, you get this Red Sonja with Mirka, right? And I'm like, oh man, that looks great. I'm going to buy that book. And then you realize she's just the writer. Somebody else is drawing the book. So I'm out, man. I am immediately out, Dynamite. You're not luring me in with this crap. I don't know how I feel about the art in this book sometimes. Like, this looks like a horror book. This looks like a 90s thing and somebody's going to get their head ripped off here. But nobody's getting their head ripped off, even though they're both vampires. Shouldn't somebody be eating somebody at this point? Oh. Boy. And now, I'll be honest, man, I have no idea at any point in time exactly what is going on in Vampirella or Sacred Six. Like, neither of these stories make a darn lick of sense to me. And yet here I am buying them, reading them, and just scratching my head when I get done. Sometimes there's some cool stuff in them. The first arc in Vampirella, I finally kind of figured out what it was doing. And then it was over. And then the second arc, which ties into Sacred Six, started. And I'm just completely, absolutely, totally lost with these books. Which is why I don't really do reviews of them. There's like nothing for me to talk about. It's just kind of like, yeah, so I read this book and I'm confused. Oh, chance. Yes, I'm going to read what you wrote, verbatim. Dynamite has great covers and often meh interiors. You're correct. Dynamite sells the covers. We can see that if I flip to the back of the book here. And we just look. When you have 9 covers, and 1, 2, 3, 6, 8 more, so 17 covers for one book, and there are probably others like store exclusive covers and stuff like that, you're no longer selling the book. You're selling the cover. And that's how Dynamite makes their money. That's one of the 2 ways they make money. The other way is the original business, Dynamic Forces, sells like signed copies of these things. Like, that's what the original business before Dynamite was a thing. That's what they did, is they would be like, hey, we're going to get an artist in here. We're going to sign like 100 of these things and number them, and then we're going to sell them for 100 times their price. So now your $2 book is $200. Like, that was their business model, as I understand it, before they became like an actual real comic book publisher. So they're just kind of living up to what they used to do. They're just kind of taking their old business model and kicking it up a notch. And hold on, I need to do something real quick. I'm going to start up my Arc server because I think I want to play some Arc later tonight. Didn't they make Ribbit coins as well? I have no idea who made those. I kind of noped out of the drama at that point, so I don't know, and I will be honest. I would suspect, based on existing business relationships at the time, that you are correct, but honestly, I just don't know. And also, just as honestly, I don't know that I really care that much. But yes, they sold like collectibles and memorabilia and that kind of stuff, so if they made that, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh boy. Let's see, Crystal Isles, there it is. Alright, I think I'm kind of talked out for the moment about comic books. What else do I need to say? See, we talked about the silly YouTube Shorts thing that I've uploaded a couple of. I don't know what I'm doing with those. Like, I'm just having fun. I was thinking, like, what if I did, like, what I'm reading today, and I just held, like, a book up and went, I'm reading this. Like, maybe something like that could happen. I don't know. And I mentioned I will be at Bill County Comic Con, so if you bump into me there, I'll have. Oh, let me get those out. Hold on, hold on. Where do I keep them? Yeah, here they are. So I will have some of my stickers with me. So if you bump into me there, and I don't know if any of you even live anywhere near it, you can get one of my cool little stickers from me. So I've still got like, I don't know, 40 of these things from when I bought them last year from Sticker Mule. So I'll take those down with me and hand some out to people. That way they can get, maybe not the full elizibar experience, but get the extended elizibar experience. Get that little bit of sticker going on. They're really nice stickers too. Oh, hold on. Let's scroll back over here. Ghostbusters trailer looks promising. You know, I saw, I don't know if it was the whole trailer or if it was just a little clip, but I saw like a little miniature Stay Puft Marshmallow Men, and I loved it. That's all I've seen of the new Ghostbusters movie. That's all I want to see until it comes out. But that made me go, yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm also kind of trying to avoid any spoilers about the new Dune movie. The shop guys at Westfield started talking to me about it because I bought, Dune, and I was like, man, did you shoot the trailer? I'm like, oh, dude, no, I'm trying to avoid spoilers. And they proceeded to spoil it for me. He's like, oh, they're only adapting the first half of the book or something. I'm like, I didn't need to know that. The whole thing, especially the end of the trailer. Well, maybe I'll look that up. But I've gotten to the point where I've realized trailers are all lies, and I would just like to see the final product. And the trailers don't do a whole lot for me. The last trailer I saw that I liked, that I thought really kind of conveyed after seeing the movie, how the movie was the trailer for Watchmen. Which I think I'm the only person who thinks that movie is like actually really good. That's all you'll say? Okay, thank you for not spoiling it for me any further, Mr. Dark Admiral March Hare, sir. And or madam. Say hello to Tim Doug. Yeah, see, that's one of the reasons I'm going is, I'm going to bump into Tim Lim. I'm going to say hi to Doug. I think Doug Ernst will be a hoot to talk to. Mr. Pellegrini. Matt Weldon. I might take a comic book Matt Weldon doesn't like, and take it down there and make him sign it. See if he'll sign. It's an older comic, and I did a poll on Twitter one time being like, hey, what should I do a review of next? And he's like, you don't need to review that book. So he must not like it. So I might take one of those with me. Was it Plus Ultra or something like that? And then also they got like Sergeant Slaughter and Honky Tonk Man and the guy that played Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat. Like, I'm going to have fun down there. And that's all I'm going to say. You all have been lovely, lovely people out there. March Hare, you are a champion. Chance, thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with us for a few minutes. I'm going to bounce. It's 9 o'clock. And I will be streaming on Twitch here as soon as this ARC server boots up. And if Six of Cyrus isn't around, I will probably just be hanging around building or something like that, as opposed to adventuring. Mirabelle? Yeah, see, there's so many people going, I don't even know. You'd love to meet Slaughter? So would I. And I'm going to. Sergeant Slaughter, Honky Tonk Man, I loved those guys back in the 80s, which that kind of dates me and them. Anyway, like I said, bye-bye. The music kicked up a notch, and that's okay. You all take care of yourselves. You have a great one. And if anybody's out there and you bump into me, and you're going to be at Bell County Comic Con, I don't know what I'm going to be wearing, but you can probably find me hanging around one of the aforementioned people's tables. Yeah, Bell County Comic Con. In Belton, Texas. Chance. Hold on. Let me get maybe I can drop a link to their thing. Bell County Comic Con. It's not this weekend, but the next one. There you go. There's a link. You can check that out. And I really am going to stop streaming now. So you all, take care of yourselves. Have a great one. Stay excellent, because you all always are. And bye-bye. And be sure to hit that like